beacons get you close, but probing is what's actually going to find your buried partner. In teaching lots of avalanche courses, oftentimes we see people make the most mistakes with their probing. And it seems simple, but we're just going to go through a few details to help you be the best prober possible. So at this point, we've done our fine search, our pinpoint search, and we've found our lowest possible number. I will have maybe marked that with a hat or a ski pole, because then I take my backpack off, I turn away, and I get my probe out. When you're assembling your probe, this is where we see a lot of folks make mistakes. You want to deploy it by throwing it ideally downhill and pulling it tight. You're listening for that audible click to make sure that it's not going to come apart as you probe. Next, you're going to go to that lowest possible number and you're going to probe straight down, 90 degrees to the slope of the snow surface. A lot of times people will go one way and then they'll go another way, and you introduce a possibility of missing the person buried, especially if they're buried deeply. So you want to go straight down at that lowest number, and then if you don't feel a positive probe strike, you don't feel the person on the other end, you're going to want to remove the probe and bump out about a torso width from your original probe. So that's 8-10 inches or 20-30 centimeters. So I'm going to come out, bump over in any direction, go down again, and repeat this process in an ascending spiral to about a meter. If I still haven't felt that victim, that might be a time where I pull my transceiver out again to repeat the pinpoint process. Once I do get a positive probe strike, I'm going to leave that probe at that strike and then move on to the strategic shoveling. So how the heck do you know if you have a positive probe strike? You may hit a ski boot that's hard, or skis, board, or sled, but you're looking for that real squishy rebound feel. Tim, hop on in here. Versus this. If ever you're unsure if you have a probe strike and you have the additional resources, bring in a comrade to help verify that probe strike. Again, once you get that positive probe strike, you're going to leave that probe in there. If you're going after a burial that's over, say, 3 meters or the length of your probe, you may have to remove some snow off the surface before you can feel a positive probe strike. One way to also verify if you have a positive probe strike is many probes are measured out in centimeters. So if you're reading 1.2 meters on your transceiver, odds are pretty good you're going to see somewhere around 120 centimeters. I know, metric system's crazy. 120 centimeters on your probe, and that can help you verify the positive probe strike as well.